Picture this: a child, a scientist, and an author are all together in one room. What is the one thing they all have in common? It is their overactive imagination. This imagination that is navigating them through the uncharted pieces of their own minds. Similarly, human imagination is a vessel that carries us beyond the limits of reality. It helps us create, innovate, and envision worlds that have never existed before. We've all had that one aha moment where, in a split second, our imagination pieces together everything and presents us with a beautiful idea. This idea that could be solving a problem at work or a creative solution to a home project. This feeling is so universal and is so exciting. Our imagination fuels the flashes of brilliance and also shapes our everyday lives. Our beliefs shape our imagination, our memories color them, and our reality is a canvas to let these dreams unfold. Have you ever wondered what fuels our creative engine? As we explore the impacts of human imagination, it's also important to recognize how our beliefs play a crucial role. Our beliefs provide a framework to shape how we interpret the world around us. Our beliefs influence imagining scenarios, solutions, and stories, and it also colors creativity into our own world. Gatias, in his graduate thesis about distinction between belief and imagination, states that imagination can invoke an emotional response to stimuli, which is an affective transmission, and also helps us create our own preferences, which is a cognitive transmission. This proves that while our beliefs do have an impact on our imagination also impacts our beliefs. The street goes both ways. Now that we've covered human imagination and its relation to belief, let's move on to the imagination's impact on reality. Our imagination plays a crucial role in reality. Cohen, in his article, How Imagination Shapes Your Reality, states that there's a fine line between imagination and reality. In his subtopic, What is Real?, his example that is used is his first Buddhist lecture. In this lecture, his teacher hands him a book and asks him, "How do you know this book exists?" After some back and forth with his teacher during the lecture, they come up with the conclusion that we know the book exists because of our senses. His Cohen's exact words were, "The teacher pointed out that this is true in everything in our lives. Objects, our friends and families, what we learn in school, everything. Ultimately, Buddhists agree there is no such thing as an objective reality out there. This proves that whatever we see is straight from our imagination." I often catch myself dozing off and daydreaming and thinking of things so vividly that I think they are actually there or have already happened. This shows that our imagination impacts our emotions so deeply that sometimes they can even give a physical response. This physical response could be a shudder at a gross thought or waking up in the middle of the night because of a nightmare. Our imagination also has its own positive and negative mindsets. If you think of the world positively and find the silver lining in everything, that's how you're going to see everyone around you as well. But if you see the world negatively and always think of the worst case scenarios, that's what you're going to see with other people. This can also change how we see ourselves. If you see everything around you negatively, you're going to see yourself negatively. But if you see yourself positively, that's how you're going to see everything as well. This can be good or bad. It just depends on how you choose to perceive it. So far, we've gone over that our belief and imagination are intertwined, as well as our imagination impacting our reality. Now we can look at the way imagination influences our memory. By exploring how imagination influences memory, we can gain a deeper insight into how we choose to reconstruct our experiences. Our imagination plays a vital role in reconstructing. Our imagination fills in the gaps, blending out actual experiences with our imagined details in our memories. This makes emotions in certain memories way more vivid and influences our emotions and attitudes. Emotional enhancement, when we think back on certain memories, is very real. This happens in our core memories. Our core memories are stored deep in our brains that shape our emotions. In the movie Inside Out, Riley has her imagination land and her headquarters, the control center of her mind. Her core memories taught her how each emotion feels, more than what the memory just was. Research shows that part of the brain involved in imagination and memory also overlap significantly. This is proven in the article The Future of Memory, Remembering, Imagining, and the Brain, in which it says that when we imagine scenarios or recall past events, similar networks are activated, showing that there's a direct line from our imagination to our memories, quite literally through our neurons. In conclusion, we went over intricate human imagination and how it plays such an important role in shaping our beliefs, reality, experiences, and memories. Our imagination shapes and defines the narratives of our lives and how our imagination really shapes us as people. Just like Albert Einstein says in his timeless words of wisdom, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world. Thank you for embracing the discovery of human imagination with me.